Alim later because like she and her husband wanted to have like a threesome or something, and the girl alikata. So she sat back and watched her husband rape this girl, and she basically handed her husband the knife or whatever. Like, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. And you can't imagine that. The rich work differently from us, so child. Anyways, so another segment is called Am I the Asshole or Am I Wrong? So these are dilemmas. I got them from Reddit. So yeah, unless somebody actually sends a dilemma and they want us to solve, mind you, we're not professionals.
We're just discussing.
Yeah,
thoughts.
Yeah, but you can take our advice. I mean, I find myself quite mature. But anyways, let's get to it. So, the title reads, Am I the asshole for telling my wife I'm not going to support her from being a stay-at-home mom? Advice needed. So, me and my wife are in our mid-30s. We met in our 20s. One of the main things that really made me like her was that she kept working on what she wanted and wasn't really dependent on anyone. Right? So for some context, I come from money on my dad's side, and my mom is middle class, so the guy comes from money, basically, but not doing as well as my father. Like, the mother's not doing as well, and they aren't married. Why are they aren't married? So anyways. Me and my wife have one kid who's 3, and she's pregnant with our second.
Sorry? I'm so sorry. Oh, the wife is pregnant.
With the second.
I'm so sorry. I thought I thought you said like the 3-year-old is pregnant. I was just like, what is going on in that family?
No. No, the wife is with another kid. While we both work, our daughter is with my mom since she's retired, and my wife pays my mother to watch her. That's mad. Why am I paying your basically my daughter's grand? So the problem is that she wants to be a stay-at-home mom. I told her no, as I wasn't supporting that. She asked why. I said I prefer 2 working parents as it gives us more income. She said I could support it on my own, which I could, in brackets. I still told her no. She asked again and said she wants to be one of those Instagram moms and do more for the kids. I told her I would consider it. She's been bugging me about it. I told her if she wanted to do part-time, she could, but she would have to take on more of the chores in the house. She said no, as she would still be working on Instagram. Why is she so focused on Instagram? Anyways, I told her Instagram is going to pay less than $5 an hour at first, so that's not a real job. She's been crying and bugging me about it for a while. I asked one of my friends, and they say they won't want a financial leech either. Calling your wife a financial leech is mad to me, but okay. And this is for your kids, mind you. Anyway, which is kind of mean, but I can see that. So am I the asshole? And so a main question I keep getting is why only my wife pays for childcare. The answer is she makes less money than me, and we don't split bills 50-50. So it's easier for her to just pay the cheaper bills. She only pays my mother $100, and that's all she will take, and I won't whatever anymore. But this is mad to me, because you can afford to though, bro. And why are you calling first of all, first problem of the whole thing is she's paying your mother to take care of your child.
That part was hella funny to me.
Why are we paying grandma to take care?
I mean, I would pay my sibling for sure.
It's a sibling,
but like that's different.
Because isn't the grandma supposed
my mom
to
is
like
crazy?
Think?
Paying my mom is crazy though. I
don't even think she would want to be paid.
Maybe she's paying her like out of gratitude rather out of like actual labor. Like rather than I'm paying you for your labor, maybe it's more of like I'm paying you just to say thank you for giving your time up for my child.
I mean, but like, what is my grandma doing anyway? She's retired. she doesn't have actual responsibilities. So what are you doing?
I mean,
you're just existing. There's no one in the house. You're not married to my father.
Damn.
So what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The whole thing is kind of like a mess, because for me, I think that the girl's reason would be more justified. Like, her becoming a stay-at-home mom would be more justified if she just put the kids first. My problem with the entire statement is the fact that she's putting Instagram first, because then that puts the kids in compromise.
Yeah.
And then that's where my problem comes in, because my mom is, well, she wasn't always, but she became a stay-at-home mom around 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
And I think it was a really good experience. I think I got time to get closer to her. I got to know her more. I think that it really helped. But I also think that in terms of income, it cut our income in half. You get, like, we went from a 2-parent income to a 1-parent income, which changes things a lot.
It does.
Like, it changes things more than you think it does. So I understand where the husband is. The husband is kind of mean, though. I don't want to side with.
Kind of mean because he has money though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you can afford all of it, I don't understand why you won't make that choice. Like, it's fumbling. It's confusing me.
Cause like the guy, if the father could have been like maybe anafanya kazi ya kawaida, maybe a 9 to 5, I could get where he's coming from, because like I don't make that much, so we need these 2 people income to support the kids, right? But he said he can afford it. He can afford to take care of her and the kids and have a little bit more on the side to spend. So I don't get his reasoning. He wants 2 people income. What for? Don't you want a wife who is dedicated to the kids?
I mean,
but the wife is not dedicated. She's dedicated to Instagram.
That's my point. And that's where, like, for me, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like, I want to side with the woman, but I would have, if she put the kids first, 100% I would have been like, she's right. But the fact that she said Instagram is really messing with me. Because I feel like that would completely, like, affect the children's childhood. Because she would start, like, making them an Instagram family, which puts a lot of pressure on the kids unnecessarily.
Exactly.
And, like, the amount of horror stories you hear about, like, you know, these kids who grow up vlogging and Instagram and all that. Like, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. So that's my main problem. Because I'm just like, why not be a mom to be a mom?
Yeah, why don't you just take care of your kids?
Why do you not love your kids enough to just...
Why do you want them to be on Instagram? Why do you want to be an Instagram mom?
Yeah.
That's just so brazy to me.
Yeah, like, if it was just for our kids, I would be like 100%. But the fact that she said for Instagram, that's the part that I'm fighting with. And I feel like the husband is being a bit selfish, definitely.
He is. I feel like he's an asshole, to be honest. Calling your wife a financial leech is...
Yeah, that was a bit, you know, that's why I'm saying men are scary. Because imagine, bro, men are scary. Imagine your husband calling you, hey, yo.
Financial leech?
Yo, it's not that deep. I'll go back to my father. Like, my father never called me that. Like, what are you saying?
Aren't you supposed to provide? Isn't that what a man does?
Unless, or maybe, like, at the beginning of their marriage, they had an agreement. That's also something else.
Yeah.
They could have been like, maybe they talked about it, and she was just like, bro, when we have kids, I'm gonna work. And he was just like, yeah, you should work. And maybe that's why he's so against it, because he's just like, in my head, we're both gonna be working. We're not just gonna depend on mine.
Maybe he just doesn't want like somebody to be dependent on him, cause in the beginning he said that he met her when she was very independent, like she.
Yeah, and maybe he fell in love with that independent side. So the fact that she wants to be dependent is kind of like messing with him.
It's messing with her.
Because, you know, if that's a huge factor of why he loves her, then it changes a lot if she switches up. Because now he's just like, I loved you because you're independent.
And now what is this you're trying
to
do?
Like, now you're not?
Now you're not?
What are you talking
about? So what was that?
Yeah, like, what was that
Was I being catfished?
Like...
Was this your main purpose all along?
Yeah, like,
you
was
wanna
this
be a
the
state?
plan?
I mean, yes.
You gotta get the bag. And she got a rich family. Okay, I'm not. But, like, I'm just saying that, you know, she got the bag. So I understand where she
got the bag. I get it.
She was independent when she had to. Yeah, but she doesn't have to anymore.
She got herself a rich, wealthy man, and now she wants to be dependent. And now the guy's like, no.
What are you talking about? That wasn't the agreement. Mm-mm. That wasn't what we talked about.
There's a reason why we remain rich.
There's a reason why we stay rich. Yeah. It's because we save that money, you know?
Yeah. And the woman, oh my God.
I think that if the woman also explained it better, it would be better. I think that if she...
Yeah, if she didn't
bring
Put
up Instagram, it would have maybe gone down. I don't think it would have changed his mind much, but it would have been better.
It would have been better. Like it would have made like much
More sense
yeah,
than her just
than
saying
her
Instagram.
saying she wants to be an Instagram
if it's
mom.
Instagram, you're getting paid like less than $5, and in an actual job in America, you get paid what, 20 something dollars.
20 something, and that's
Like
like
that's a huge.
unless you actually get traction on Instagram and you become like this.
Exactly, and you can do ads and everything.
But that's
You
like
don't gain much, especially at first. And
At
Instagram
first.
itself doesn't pay you. It's
Yeah.
the ads that
it's
pay
the
you.
ads that pay you.
So that also kind of puts you in a bad place, because then it's not a stable income. Like I've seen like TikToks of people saying how much they make, and it's very inconsistent. Someone can go 1 month and make $0, go the next month and make $14,000. Like
It's most likely the
depends
ads.
on what goes viral, what doesn't. So it's like, it's very kind of, I feel like, unstable. So it makes sense why the husband. I mean, it doesn't make him right, but it makes
Yeah.
sense why he's not
I is
excited
not.
about Instagram. Like he's just like, no, Instagram is not. Stop.
Yeah.
This is not me invalidating any creator, by the way. Like, go girl, you're doing the most.
make it aesthetic.
Make the
Make that
Mac.
aesthetic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make
Do
the Mac.
do what you do. Do what you gotta do. All right. So another part of our lovely podcast is called Twisted Tales. Now, why Twisted Tales? Because I like true crime. I like true crime.
I remember.
And I'm trying to put people on because they look at me crazy when I tell them, and I'm like, but these stories are quite interesting though.
Yeah.
They're very interesting. You can't imagine these things that are happening in real life, you know. And white people are crazy, but
I don't think we should label it as white people though. I think it's Americans. Like,
yes, it's just Americans.
There's not a lot of countries that do the same thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, true.
Like it's you barely hear that in other countries.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it just stands out in certain
It's
places.
Americans. And for most of these episodes are Americans. Anyway, let's get to the story we have today. So I will link the actual podcast, like the episode, if you wanna go listen to it full. I'm gonna just give you a gist of it, and then you're gonna decide if you like it or not. So this tale, is it's called Unmasking the Killer. So basically, it started in 1990 something. 1996, where the FBI were like tracking this couple who were suspected to be murderers, right? They were trying, and this couple knew that they were being watched by the FBI, so they would used to like do some, like they used to play with them. So like they would get on cars and they would like ride around and see if they're being tailed, and then they would like start a little chase, just playing with the FBI, and the FBI were like not having it at all. They were not having it. But like what could they do? Like there's this one instance where it was just a random day where the woman took off speeding with her husband, right? The couple is called Paul and Shireen. Yeah, Paul and Shirlene. So they took off, and then Shirlene like stopped the car at like an airport, and the husband Paul like took off, like ameshuka kwenye gari akakimbia with a briefcase. That's what the police was like, evidence, let's chase after. Kumkamata the guy and open the briefcase, nothing but a bunch of dolls. Yeah, that's so fun. That's so fun for the FBI. So anyway, so that's the gist. That's the synopsis. Now, how this began on one day where a dog came into town carrying not a bone, not a tree, but a human leg. So the dog kafika pale kwa his owner, and the owner was like, this is a human leg. So he rang up the police, and they started they got those dogs and want to sniff, and to find out, they didn't find anything, right, the first time. The second time, the same dog came with another leg. So they were like, okay. And this it seemed like this is severed from a human, not bitten by wild animals. No, this someone actually cut it. So the police were on it. They even tapped the dog. So wajua ili anaendaga wapi kupata this nanilio, this bodies, they didn't find it. So like the other body parts, they were discovered later on by different people.
Yeah. Right?
They were scattered. Now, so this woman, I don't remember much about her. But she was she and her husband had got into a fight, and then she left she left the house. And then this is a common thing. So the husband didn't think much about it, but after 24 hours, she had to report her missing. So that's what he did. And then wakajaribu sasa kutrack down her DNA, ndo wakaja kujua her name. Her name was Jane something, I think. Wakaja kujua, oh, they saw she's... So the husband didn't know that the bodies that were being found was actually her. He just reported that my wife is missing.
Oh no.
And then later on, after the police have done their forensics and whatnot, they were like, yeah, she's a pair of legs now. I mean, we're trying to put her back together, but this is what we got. And it was like evil. And they tried to like evil investigate like who saw her last. And then they realized it was this guy called Paul, one of the couple. And then sasa police walivyoenda kuwauliza, I think, and they denied anything. So they're like, they slept on it. They were finding out the leads and whatever. Second, people were found, body parts, they were found, like they were reported missing. I think their bodies were found. There are 2 people. So these people are like, they fled from their country. Kumbuka, this is 1990 something, right? So there are civil wars, nini kinatokea. So they were refugees basically. They reached to America, and then like they were finding jobs, whatever. They met, unfortunately, Paul and Shirley. Now Paul wakaambia, hey, we want to start a new company, a cleaning service. And the girls were like, all right, bet, let's put us on. Nini, hey, that was the last time them being seen. Right? That's okay. Yeah. Mimi isema to loud, but like no one knew it was actually Paul and Shirley. Now, but see, the police, so this was the second time. I was like, this is not coincidence.
Yeah.
These people are actually
Murder.
to be looked at, because they can't pinpoint anything, because in order to get a warranty to search a person's house, you have to have like some sort of evidence.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any. So what did they think? They were like, okay, let me just surveil them. That's when the FBI started surveilling them. Wanakaa nje nyumbani kwao nini wanawafuatilia and all that. That is the first part. The second part, this is happening in another city. To put it into perspective, someone like maybe this thing maybe may happen somewhere in Masaki, and now this other incident, it happens maybe Munju or something, like somewhere far. Mind you, the police are surveilling this couple. Oko, in another city, kuna 3 different incidents whereby like there were 4 victims. All of them they happened different times, of course, they were discovered different, but these victims, all of them were women. First things first, all of them, this is hard to say, hey, viewers discretion, but like they were our world, they were raped, and they were like unalived with a knife, like slit, and they were sexually assaulted. Okay, and then what this person did, all of these things had the same thing in common. That's why they were linked together, because after whoever it is did that, aka light the house on fire. So that's how the police found them, because there was a fire. So obviously the police are going to investigate.
Yeah.
Now, these 3 incidents happening in another place entirely. So huku kuna FBI, they're trying to investigate this couple and their murder scenes, ambazo huku zinatokea, nobody knows if they're the same person or not. So huku wanatafuta different leads. Haya, move along. They start focusing. Now, so FBI, they're like digging into who Paul is, digging into his history. And this Paul guy, is sick in the head. He's sick in the head. He started this stuff since he was 17.
Whoa.
He was sent to prison, and then he came out like after 7 years on parole, like because Americans have that parole. So yeah, he was out on parole. That's why the FBI, once they were able to get evidence to get warranty to go search their house, the beginning kabisa, but they didn't find any evidence. All they found was this weapons, knives, crossbows, whatever, but like they didn't have any DNA, so they couldn't actually say that they're linked, right? Wakapotezea the first time. Now this incident happened from 1996, or this investigation happened all the way to the early 2000s. So all this, there's this guy going loose. Is it incidents zimetokea throughout the years, right? Sasa kumbuka early 2000s is when DNA was the DNA testing It was when it was out there. So like Oko, because these victims Oko, they were raped, they were sexually assaulted, whatever. So they had like semen extracts of the guy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they had him, but then they couldn't, because at that time 1990 something, there was no DNA, so they
Yeah.
just stored them,
Yeah.
right? So now they were going to like test them and see who
Yeah.
was out there. And Oko, the FBI guys, they were like hitting dead ends, because starting from 1996 you're stalking this guy, not stalking per se, surveying, but whatever. They're surveying this guy. Early 2000, they was like, okay, let's find a way to get him. Even
Yeah.
if for sure, if we can't pinpoint him for murder, let's try to get him for something else. Then they wakakumbuka kwamba, oh my god, this guy's out on parole. He's not supposed to have weapons in his house. So let's take him in. So walivomchukua in, he was in jail because that's a violation of parole. They couldn't question him, but they could question the wife. So they took the wife, they pulled her to the side, and they were like, all right, we'll give you immunity. Nothing will be done. If you confess, we'll give you immunity. And the girl was like, hey, bet, I get to do all this shit and I don't gotta go to prison. That's what she did. The things that this girl has done, you'll be like, you can't be doing that to your fellow women. Like, she helped her lure the women in. She helped her sneak clean the evidence.
No.
Bro, this woman was horrific. And the police were like horrified, like, why are we granting her immunity, but like we don't have anything to pinpoint. So the girl basically confessed everything that she was part of.
Yeah.
She confessed everything, and the police couldn't do anything about her.
Why?
Immunity.
What do you mean immunity?
It's in the contract, babe.
Absolutely. Stop playing.
It was
with me.
the things that she did was disgusting. Anyways, so like now, since they have the confession, they could put the guy up for murder, right? They could actually charge him for murder and interview him. But they didn't have to give the wife immunity, because kumbuka, the other guys, they have the DNA, so they were testing, and guess who popped out? It was Paul, the husband. So they took him in. They took him in for questioning. They were like, are you responsible for this and this and this and this? And the guy was like, nah, because he started denying. And the police were like, yeah, but we have evidence against you, so
yeah.
So the guy was like, all right, fine, you got me. You got me. This guy was so cold, the way he was confessing everything. Like, there are gruesome details, like the things that he was doing, they're just disgusting. And they put him away for a long time. And the woman, as I said, immunity. So
Stop.
yeah, he tried to say kwamba sijui first degree murder, but because of insanity, they have the insanity plea, but they were like, no, that's cap. No, you're not insane. You're doing this because you want to do this. And so yeah, they put him away for a long time. But that's the gist of it. If you want the actual deep, there's this podcast I listen to.
But like, so this woman is just running free, vibing.
Bro,
so if another like murderer comes up to her like, let's do this, she'll be like, bet.
And the fact that she's doing this to I would understand if it's like to men, because like, you know, men and women have this thing going on, and maybe I'm guy, and then she has this agenda against men. But like, to your fellow women, like, you're luring women for your husband to kill. Are you insane?
To kill and rape, bro.
To rape and kill. Like,
bro.
this woman say kuna one girl alimleta because like she and her husband wanted to have like a threesome or something, and the girl alikata. So she sat back and watched her husband rape this girl, and she basically handed her husband the knife or whatever. Like, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. I mean, you can't imagine that this is an actual woman doing this to your fellow women. Like, you're seeing that happen in 4K. You're okay with it. You sleep at night, and then tomorrow you do it again.
Yeah.
You actually help your husband clean the mess because you're cooking and cleaning. So you help the husband clean the mess, and then what are we having?
And they cleaned it enough for them to leave no DNA.
No evidence. The only evidence ambayo iliweza kupatikana was just the semen.
Yeah.
And then they cut up. Kumbuka, they cut up the body parts. Kuna wale waliokuwa cut up, kuna wengine wamechomwa moto. So imagine, oh my god,
How does
it
that
is
even...
nasty, but
no, it's just I'm dumbfounded at how like the woman is running around free. Like, is that even, that should not be legal.
I don't know.
Immunity or not, it should not be legal.
I don't know. Maybe the police found a way to put her behind bars.
Incarcerate her? I really hope so.
I really hope so too.
Because like, immunity or not, she was a willing participant.
Yes, she basically confessed to being an accessory to murder.
I mean, did he have a knife to her? Unless he was gonna kill her if she didn't.
No, she basically said I sat back.
Because if she just, and even if so, she knew the police were looking for him. Yeah. So she could have reported him zamani.
Yeah, but
so you can't even say that he had a knife to her throat or whatever.
She just did it because she's insane, basically. Like, how do you condemn that? You and your husband are literally made for each other, for real. Because
both of you are very concerning people. That's crazy.
It's crazy. But hey, that's the episode. That's the episode. So you can look into it if you want. You can listen to the details.
So bad. Yeah. And I love like true crime because it's so fun. Like, I remember on TikTok, my only thing is that it pops up at night when I'm about to sleep, and I don't like watching these at night because I'll dream about them. Yeah. But like, if it pops up during the day on my TikTok, like true crime, you best believe I'm sat. Like, I am sat. I'm there listening. I literally love it so much.
I'm always listening, man.
But what's weird is that I can't watch like actual, like, for example, like the documentary like Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah. I couldn't watch that. Really? I can listen to someone explaining the entire thing. I can look at pictures of videos of court or whatnot, but I cannot like watch such a no, Jeffrey Dahmer. I watched like 1-2 episodes and I was just like, this is not for me.
Well, me, I'm into that dark stuff, but like I don't like it because it's entertaining. The stories are quite, but like the things are sick. The people are sick. People are sick in this world.
They are.
Ugh, man. Anyway, so that's the story of the of the episode. That's the twisted tale.
Scary that these people, like, some of these people are running free.
Yeah, Kumbuka, this person was not caught until like early 2000, from 1996. See, all those years.
Yeah, just
of a serial killer.
Yeah.
Picking and choosing. Fun. You're like, I want you today.
Literally, yeah. What do I want today?
What do I feel like?
Nice, yeah. That's crazy. It's it makes it so much more scary to be alive during this time. Because you're just like, what if? I mean, I haven't really heard, then again, maybe I haven't been like, on news or anything. But I haven't seen, I feel like in the 90s, there were way more like murders compared to now. Or maybe it's just that people are more quiet about it. That could also be a thing. I don't know if people have soberized that fast. But like the amount of crime stuff during those years
basically in the 90s.
Was crazy. Okay, so I have a few. I think one is called King the Land. A lot of people don't like this one because it's like really cute. Like the couple gets together and they stay together. And I love that. I'm all for a healthy relationship, okay? Like the dad literally offers the girl money, like big bucks, which, not gonna lie, yeah? I mean, no, it was smart how she chose him instead of money, because that means she would get the bag anyway. Like, he's the only son. So she would get more than what the dad was offering. So you know what? It's smart. But yeah, King the Land is top. And then we have Celebrity. It's basically like a show about celebrities. It's like social media celebrities and how they work and all the secrets within their world and how they, like, some things can happen. People can get drugged, people can get killed, but then they can't like reveal that because the public will hate them. And it's just such a nice show. And I think Strong Girl Bong Soon. It's an old one, but it's really nice because it basically has like it's just nice. It's really cute. It's not all about like the romance. And I like K-dramas that are not all about the romance, except for King the Land. King the Land is cute. But like, I like K-dramas that are not all about like the romance. They have like depth to them. I'm trying to look at my list, my very long list. If I've left out anything that I would definitely want someone to watch, I think my only other one is Alchemy of Souls, season 1. You've heard about it?
I've heard about it.
Season 1 is a 10 out of 10. Season 2 is kinda okay. But I loved season 1. People should go watch Alchemy of Souls season 1. It's so good. Like, it has so much substance. I just love it. It sounds familiar. Yeah, it's
And
giving. Oh, she's in the movie.
she is the main guy. She's the
Oh,
girl.
okay. Mm,
So,
of course. It literally is though.
yeah.
So,
Lakini inapoishi
jump
let me tell you
scare. Lol.
so yeah,
They
that
chose
is-
violence with it. So I listen to one genre of music, and that's literally just like Christian music.
Oh,
And I've been listening to Christian music for forever.
yeah.
You know how people go like, "Oh, I'm trying to get off secular music." I can't relate. I've literally been off it for years.
Really?
Yeah. So
That you are a strong person.
no, I just started earlier than most people, and so I haven't had the struggles. Like this is not me validating their struggles. I just haven't had them. So I had it easier because I started listening to Christian music early. So it's just the usual. I love Maverick City. They kind of they hit the spot that they need to do. Brandon Lake is also really good. Like he has this song called Gratitude. I love it so much.
Yeah.
And there's this song called God Will Work It Out. That's that song. You know that one song that makes you cry without fail all the time? That's that song. Yeah, but apart from that, I think just a Christian artist that doesn't do like just mainstream Christian music is also like Forrest, Frank Forrest. He basically made No Longer Bound. He made these really cool songs. I think I know them. Yeah,
Country.
King
I
and
love-
Country. Yeah, I know
love
them.
those-
I know
love
them.
those
Yeah.
guys. Struggle.
Yeah. But I think some Christian artists definitely make it easier, like Limbo Blaze, I think, and also like as I said, Frank Forrest, and then there's also like Halvey. Those are artists that literally make music that is so easy to listen to, and like it's not like normal Christian music that is kind of like boring for some people. It's actually music that you could vibe to, and I just love that because one of those songs I gave it to one of my friends. He loves music, but he's not Christian, so I actually suggested one of the songs, and he loved it, and he's not even Christian. So it's like I realized that there's shortcuts you can use. You don't have to cut off secular music completely. I feel like you can actually find artists that do similar tastes. I have not read recently, and it's so sad because I love reading. I just have not held a book in my hand because I think the problem is I'm a rom-com girly, rom-com or like thrillers. And recently, I have not found any good rom-coms because all rom-coms are
Smut.
yes. And it's like
And they're
I've-
horrible too, cause
I feel like when I was younger, I found that whole like sexual chemistry type stuff nice. I found it like maybe it's so hot how he finds her hot immediately or something like that, or they have tension immediately. But like the older I've grown, the more I'm just like, is there nothing else? Like, is there no other substance to this? Like, it becomes like I feel like the plot gets lost in the smut. There's so much like every 2 pages the smut.
every 2 pages.
If you ever try to like read a book and you skip the smut, you realize how much.
Short the book
Yeah, it's
actually.
literally like a 3-page book.
Jeez, man.
Like, yeah,
So I
yeah.
read
Yeah, I will definitely go read that actually because I really wanted to read. It's just that it's been hard to find a book that is actually nice to read. Yeah, I definitely want to like go back into thrillers though. Thrillers are so fun.
They are.
Thrillers and like books like Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Is that sci-fi? I'm not sure.
That's
Fantasy?
fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy books.
Yeah.
Some of them I used to read this one series called the Demigod series when I was younger. I haven't read it in a while. I loved it so much. Okay, I don't know if I love it now. If I go back and read it, I might not. But I remember reading that entire series within like 2 weeks maybe. And these are like big books. Like that Demigod series is like they're thick books.
Yeah.
But I read all of them. I was so obsessed. Yeah, like you cannot put that book down. You're staying up till 5 and you're just like, I have school tomorrow. No, it's fine. Let's finish this one page.
Just finish this. And
Yeah.
it'll be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot.
Bye.